Morning, friends. Happy Thursday. How are you doing? Well, according to the Daily Mail, Harry has got a bee in his bonnet about Sentebale, the charity he helped to form. And why wouldn't he? Because it's been an absolute mess since the CEO made absolutely incomplete and false claims about a culture of bullying. And the thing the Daily Mail failed to put in this headline is that the Charities Commission has cleared Harry as an individual and the board of governors of that charity and all other employees of any bullying allegations. Hold on, rewind. 6 months ago, the Daily Mail was saying, Harry's at the centre of this. Harry's trait's not kind. Look at all these people affected. The CEO wants... just absolute madness. A story that was originally printed by the gift that keeps on giving, the Daily Mail, that was absolutely untrue. The headline should be, Harry and Board of Governors cleared of any wrongdoing, Harry working hard to rebuild Sentebale into the organisation he wants it to be. What would your headline be? Comments are open. Let me know what you think.
I am taken aback by the audacity of Martyn Gould's defence of Prince Harry. This isn't a statement of surprise, but rather one of admiration. In a world where the media often thrives on scandal and sensationalism, it's refreshing to see someone stand up for truth and integrity. Let's dive into the specifics. We all know the Daily Mail, right? They've been known to publish headlines that are, let's say, a tad misleading. Now, when it came to Prince Harry and the Sentebale crisis, they were at it again. But Martyn Gould, he wasn't having any of it. Gould stepped up, calling out the Daily Mail for their attempt to force the blame onto Prince Harry. But he didn't stop there. He also highlighted the fact that they were conveniently ignoring the fact that Prince Harry had been cleared of bullying allegations made by Sophie Chandorka. Now, you'd think that the Daily Mail would take a step back, perhaps re-evaluate their approach, but no. They seemed to double down, raging over the fact that Prince Harry had been cleared. But let's get back to Martyn Gould. What's so impressive about his defence is his unwavering dedication to the truth. He didn't shy away from calling out the Daily Mail's misleading headlines. He didn't back down when they tried to shift the blame onto Prince Harry. He stood firm, defending Prince Harry and emphasising the importance of truth and integrity. It's this kind of audacious defence that we need more of in today's world. A defence that doesn't shy away from the truth, that doesn't let misleading headlines and misplaced blame go unchallenged. Martyn Gould's defence of Prince Harry is a masterclass in standing up for truth and integrity. And that's something we can all learn from. Because at the end of the day, the truth matters, integrity matters, and standing up for both, even in the face of adversity, is a testament to the strength of character. And that's something to be admired. Now let's delve into the heart of the matter, the Sentebale crisis. The Sentebale charity, co-founded by Prince Harry, found itself under the spotlight, not for its work, but for a crisis that was spun into a whirlwind of misinformation by the Daily Mail. Sentebale, meaning forget-me-not in Sesotho, is a charity dedicated to supporting children and young people affected by HIV in Lesotho and Botswana. It's an endeavour of compassion and empathy, born out of Prince Harry's commitment to making a difference in the world. Yet the Daily Mail chose to paint a different picture. They took the crisis, which was a challenging time for any organisation, and attempted to manipulate the narrative, forcing blame onto Prince Harry. The narrative they spun was one of negligence and irresponsibility, which couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, Prince Harry was deeply involved in mitigating the crisis, working tirelessly behind the scenes. His dedication to Sentebale remained unwavering, and his actions during the crisis reflected his commitment to the cause. Martyn Gould, a keen observer of royal affairs, saw through the Daily Mail's misleading headlines. He stepped up to set the record straight, calling out the publication for its biased reporting. Gould's defence wasn't just about protecting Prince Harry's reputation, but also about preserving the integrity of Sentebale and the vital work it does. The Daily Mail's narrative was not only unjust to Prince Harry, but also to the countless children and young people that Sentebale supports. By focusing on scandal rather than substance, they overlooked the real story, the resilience of a charity navigating through a crisis and the unwavering commitment of its co-founder, Prince Harry. Prince Harry's role in the Sentebale crisis was grossly misrepresented by the Dailymail, an injustice Martyn Gould was quick to rectify. It's a reminder that truth often lies beyond headlines, and it's up to us to seek it out. The plot thickens with the introduction of bullying allegations against Prince Harry. This chapter of our narrative takes us into a rather tumultuous period where the prince found himself at the centre of some serious accusations. The allegations were indeed grave, but what we must remember is that allegations are just that, allegations, not facts, not truths, just claims waiting to be investigated. Enter Sophie Chandauka, a name that rang through the headlines as the person behind these allegations, but as it often happens, the truth has a way of surfacing and setting the record straight. In this case, it led to Prince Harry being cleared of all allegations. Yes, you heard it right, cleared of all allegations. The prince, who had been under the lens, scrutinised from every angle, emerged unscathed. But you see, not everyone was pleased with this outcome. The Dailymail, a publication notorious for its sensationalism, was notably discontent. It seemed as though they had a vested interest in seeing Prince Harry fall. Their headlines screamed of their disappointment, their words twisted in attempts to keep the blame firmly on the prince's shoulders. But the truth, as they say, is a stubborn thing. It refuses to be manipulated, refuses to be silenced. The Dailymail's fury was palpable. It was as if they were personally affronted by Prince Harry's clearance. But their rage, their disappointment, their attempts to keep the narrative skewed, none of it changed the fact that Prince Harry was cleared. Their bitter headlines did nothing to tarnish the truth. Despite the Dailymail's fury, Prince Harry was rightfully cleared of all allegations. He stood tall, vindicated, a testament to the power of truth and integrity. And while the Dailymail may continue to rage, to spin tales, to stir the pot, the fact remains, Prince Harry was, is, and will continue to be cleared of these allegations. And that, my friends, is the unalterable truth. In the face of misleading headlines and baseless allegations, the power of truth prevails. When we look at the world of journalism today, we see a landscape that is often marred by misinformation and sensationalism. It's a place where the line between fact and fiction can be blurred, where the pursuit of a compelling headline can overshadow the pursuit of truth. And yet, in this complex tapestry, the power of truth remains undiminished. It shines through the murkiness, cutting through the noise, and bringing clarity to the chaos. The power of truth is the ability to stand firm in the face of adversity, to hold up a mirror to the world and reflect what is, rather than what might make for a more enticing story. Take, for instance, the Dailymail's recent misreporting on Prince Harry. It was a narrative spun out of context, a tale of blame and scandal that sought to make a villain out of a man who had been cleared of all allegations made against him. The Dailymail chose to ignore this fact, instead focusing on a narrative that would generate clicks and controversy. The power of truth, however, cannot be so easily dismissed. It was Martyn Gould who stood against this tide of misinformation, who called out the Dailymail for their misleading headlines and defended Prince Harry against their baseless allegations. He championed the truth, refusing to let it be drowned out by the clamour of sensationalism. And that, my friends, is the power of truth. It is the courage to speak up when others remain silent, the integrity to stand by the facts when others twist them to suit their narrative. It is the strength to challenge the status quo, to question the stories we are told, and seek out the reality that lies beneath. In a world where misinformation can spread like wildfire, the power of truth is more important than ever. It is a beacon of hope in an often confusing world, a guiding light that leads us towards understanding and away from ignorance. The power of truth, as championed by Martyn Gould, is a beacon of hope in the face of misleading journalism. As we draw to a close, I want to extend my gratitude to you. Your time and interest in these matters are not only appreciated, but are also vital in the grand scheme of things. It's through discussions like these that we can sift through the noise and find the truth that often lies buried beneath sensational headlines. I'd like to express my admiration for Martyn Gould. His courage in standing up for Prince Harry and calling out the misleading information is commendable. His voice is one of many, but it is loud, clear, and resonates with the truth. Let's make sure his message, and others like it, are heard far and wide. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with as many people as you can. Let's amplify the truth and drown out the misinformation. Thank you for watching, and remember, your voice matters. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to keep this important conversation going.